With that massive six, I would like to welcome you to this live stream brought to you by Avaani Media, powered by Avaani Real Estate. Dear viewers, welcome to this lovely cricket match, an exciting cricket match in the right words, between Campbelltown Hawks, a powerful batting and fielding team, as well as they've got decent amount of bowling attack in their team. But they are against Youngsters Cricket Club, and after a slow bit of start, the two batsmen, the opening batsmen, are now looking to up the gear. And no loss of wicket while accumulating 25 runs for their team. Youngsters Cricket Club cruising in this power play phase of this Avaani Premier League Edition 5. This one's the winter edition. Once again brought to you by Avaani Media and powered by your trusted real estate partner, Avaani Real Estate, where you can contact regarding a new property if you're trying to buy, invest, or looking for a land. And with that, an excellent bit of a tucked away couple of runs being called as a boundary there by the fielder, and good bit of call, good bit of sportsmanship there by the teams, and that was called as 4 runs, which will add to the tally of Youngsters Cricket Club. That'll be the end of third over with 29 runs on the board. Mohammad there giving a fair bit of a start, a decent start in the scheme of things, where Springfield Park is regarded as one of the highest scoring grounds due to his smaller boundaries and an excellent outfield. Also the home ground for this winter edition of Avaani Premier League 5.0, brought to you straight to your devices. Oh, big call for catch, but that wouldn't carry. This one's a misfield by the mid-off that was located inside the ring. That will go for 2 runs. Nearly went for 4, but did well there by the fielder there at extra cover, who was positioned outside the circle and positioned rightfully there in the boundary. He had to run a fair bit, but good amount of fitness shown. He was just seen doing some push-ups earlier. A fit gentleman, saving a couple of crucial runs for his team. Samba having a good start so far for the Campbelltown. Tall bowler. A fair bit of momentum lost during the gathering positions of his bowling run-up, but nonetheless he still gets a fair bit of advantage from his height per se. And as it seems, there must have been some sort of a lag with the scorecard, which has now been updated. No amount of rush shown so far by the 2 opening batsmen of Youngsters Cricket Club. Very balanced players, both of them, by the look of it. Good stands, still heads, and most importantly, a very mature temperament shown so far. Saving wickets, but at the same time scoring decent amount of run rate during this power play, and not looking to play that exaggerated shots. They know at this level of this game there are going to be bad deliveries, and they're looking to capitalize on that, and that takes a lot of mental effort. It's a subtle bit of effort. It's not something that would drain you out, but you know, over the time of a course, you develop that skill as a player and somebody who has played this game, who has embraced this game, and requiring that bit of soft skill that requires the focus to be turned on and off and on and off from time and again and again. And it's rightfully so done by this pair of opening partnership for the Youngsters Cricket Club. There was a chance of a run out, but no fielder position there. Bowler had to himself go and gather the ball and direct it towards the non-striker end, and the non-striker was safely in by then. But there was a fair bit of appeal for LBW as well, and now he's signalling there's a fair bit of a movement for his striking partner, providing him sort of a feedback. Always an important thing. Another important thing is, you know, when it's meant as a partnership. It's just not a partnership of runs being scored, but also a feedback method that is being applied in the game. You know, always providing that feedback, one person listening for the others, and having that trust. It's a bit of a rare thing in team dynamics, but over time, of course, when you're playing with each other for a longer period of time, you tend to get each other's opinion and value that aspect, and helps a lot when it comes to being able to capitalize things and situations in the game of cricket. Nicely tucked away for a single. This has been picked up beautifully towards the position where there's no fielder. Once again, to show you that highlight, picked up really well. This will be played straight. Once again, bringing you back to that boundary shot there by Shandays. Just very sharp eyes there to have picked that delivery. That was a missed opportunity there. The ball did travel further in terms of the height rather than the distance, and the fielder there wasn't able to gather himself. There was a fielder position inside the circle in mid on reason. The ball did travel its fair bit of distance towards the fair bit of distance vertically, and number 20 not being able to back his bowler. Fair bit of frustration there by Shamba. It could have been a wicket, but the opportunity lost. Tough chance under these dark skies and floodlights, but when you're competing to win, you have to take those chances. Once again, bringing you that replay. We'll be bringing you the replay of that flick 4 runs shortly. This is beautifully lofted towards the cover, but the fielder is positioned there in extra cover region on the outside of the circle. But let us look back at that highlights shot of the previous delivery that was played for 4. Beautifully played. He waited, didn't try to overhit, and just directed that ball towards the square leg. Yeah, end of power play a while ago. That'll be called wide. Sunday Sky has been carrying the bat since the first over. Done well and still not looking to overhit the ball. He knows his strength. He's looking like a player who knows his strength and his areas and very much aware of his abilities. Not trying to overhit any of those deliveries so far, but is allowing his team to cruise at a run rate of nearly 9 point. Few overs that has been struck hard, but a fielder positioned in the right space. That would be just 1 runs. Once again, bringing you that replay. Another wide delivery. Big appeal. We weren't able to but the batsman, it seemed like he was already home. That has been smacked. Without even an overstatement, smacked would be the right word to describe that shot. Just played with some authority. He did that movement towards the offside, but watched that ball really carefully to be able to caress that when it was delivered on the offside. Once again, he is making a fair bit of movements, and that's been hit. And the chance of a run out. All dealt with in the spirit of the game, in a very, very friendly and professional manner. These gentlemen's wasn't that hard, but always, depending upon when it hits you, this cricket ball, they're pretty hard. At times it can hit you at sensitive parts and it can hurt like something else. So, did well. Not a lot of overreactions from anyone there. The wicketkeeper did apologize, and that thing ends there. But the sport will continue, and so will this live stream brought to you by Avaani Media, powered by Avaani Real Estate, your trusted real estate partner. Anything related with the property, whether you are looking to buy a new home for yourself, having financed and equipped with that financing aspect, or even if you're looking for an assistance regarding finance itself, the agents at Avaani Real Estate can help you make the right decision. Back into the game. No wicket so far for Campbelltown Hawks. A fair bit of dew affected that boundary. The fielder was well positioned. He was making the run towards his right hand side, but the ball did skid a little bit and just rocketed it towards the boundary. Fielder couldn't do anything. And this is a wicket. Just as I was mentioning about the lack of wicket, there has been the spinner breaks through for Campbelltown Hawks. While it will have to depart after scoring 31 runs at 23 balls, 23 crucial balls he played off the beginning of the innings, which is the balls played during power play. Not a massive strike rate there, but it still did well to preserve the wicket and provide this fort of players towards the back end of the game, where it could be really valuable when it comes to taking risks and reaping the reward. So is the game of T20s, and so is the game of cricket. A lot of it is mental alongside the technical and physical aspect. We'll look at that replay of the wicket. Yeah, pretty straight. It's quite difficult to tell if that ball turned, but he looked like he was in total control of that ball until the end, when it just went past him and went on to hit the wicket. The wicketkeeper just fulfilling his formalities of appealing. Not quite sure if he had to do it, but nonetheless, different personalities, different approaches, and a crucial breakthrough provided by Ibrar there. Ravi comes into the kid in the middle. Sloppy bit of fielding there by the fielder positioned at the point region. That wasn't hit that well, but the batsman did incur some boundaries. Fielder was positioned, he just had to put his hands, but the fielder just wasn't able to do that, and therefore a relief for the batsman. And as I was just going to mention some of my personal analogy in this one, the batsman came in, did some practice shots before he played the innings, and he's somebody who looks like he wants to play with straight bat. Defended his first ball towards the cover region, was a dot ball, and then the second ball he tried to overhit that ball and took a very big edge, which should have been stopped, but he accumulated 4 runs and would have eased a bit of his pressure. But sometimes those ease provides you that false confidence and makes you believe that you are now in a position to make those big shots, and you end up playing bigger shots quite early in the game, and that loses and that incurs you your wicket. And I hope that's not the case for Ravi, and I hope we witness the best of his abilities today in this amazing battle between these two strong teams of the league, Campbelltown Hawks and Youngsters Cricket Club, fighting for a couple of points to stay ahead in the league. There will always be advantages when it comes to being qualified for the later stages of the game and the tournament itself. a lot more action to come your way. Once again, this time, better control, much better control this time by Ravi. That ball did stay a bit low, and therefore Ravi was able to find the middle of his bat. But nice bit of awareness to be able to play that shot. Once again, he tried to replicate that ball, but this time it did bounce a fair bit. And perhaps a little bit of an extra pace as well in that delivery. Beat him completely. Good bowling there by Bashid. Even deceived the wicketkeeper himself. This time a bit of a premeditated shot coming down the wicket, but not a massive amount of bat speed there, lacking a fair bit of strength in that aspect, and just collecting 1 runs. A risky shot, that one, but that's what this is once again the players of YCC are directing a fair bit of balls towards that region of point and backward point, realizing that the weaker fielder might have been positioned. These community teams, they play against each other for a fair bit, so they know, just like the international cricket, they can strategize and even afford to make some premeditation from time to time, which can be quite handy in the game of cricket, but at the same time can be a cause of your demise as well, because then you end up not focusing too much on the ball. This has been tried to swing, and 2 fielders coming together. They dropped it. The bowler ran towards the fielder, and there was a fielder very well positioned to catch that delivery, but lack of communication. This one's dragged. That was a loosener, and Ravi not wasting any time to capitalize on that. Slow, short, and in the slot. No delay with the proceedings there by Ravi. Good bit of batting here. Apologise there to the viewers. Another sloppy fielding there by CAMPBELLTOWN HAWKS. The teammates were quite clearly mentioning that the ball was going to stop, but not a lot of enthusiasm shown there by the fielder to stop that ball for a boundary. This is running towards the middle between 2 fielders. And some of those sloppy bit of fielding, mind you, you have to accumulate those runs later with a bit of batting. And if you stop there's always that bit of a allowance that you get in the second innings when you're chasing those runs, that you don't have to take those risks, and can reward you indirectly towards the victory for your team, your teammates who are putting all the efforts in whatever the capacity that they can. And it's quite disappointing for somebody to actually not put in the threshold bit of effort and then incur the disadvantage with the whole group of individuals. Anyways, Ibrar's been decent by accumulating one wicket for his team, but nonetheless going at 10 runs per over. Batsman thought that could have been a wide, but he had moved a fair bit towards the offside. Umpire of the day, Gio Khan, who has played a lot of international cricket, very experienced in the game of cricket, and a fair bit of umpiring as well. This has been lofted. A loud bit of applaud from the dugout of the batting team, applauding the shot and the intentions as well. Just walked a fair bit of distance and then just made that ball to be in the slot and just smacked it over the mid-wicket region, somewhere in the middle between mid-wicket and long on. Bowler, I wonder what the bowler was thinking, because he had anticipated that movement quite early, and no signs of any adjustments done there by Sohail, and that's been one of the biggest six of the night so far. After a fair bit of delay, the ball has been found from the darkness where that ball had travelled after that massive six by Ravi. Was had a bit of a lucky start in forms of some edgy boundaries and dropped catches, but now he's capitalising on all those mistakes that the players of CAMPBELLTOWN HAWKS did. This is full toss, didn't capitalise that very well. Umpire signalling that as wide. He's doubtful, but now he is certain. He is certain, and that has been signalled as wide. I'm waiting for the scorecard to update, and it has been. A bit tricky situations when you're broadcasting such a match from such a distance. Sometimes your eyes do not provide you the right bit of information, but nonetheless, the scorecard, the live stream, the actions brought to you by Avaani Media, powered by Avaani Real Estate, your trusted real estate partner. Anything related to the property, whether you're buying, selling, or just in the market inquiring, trying to have that better idea of the situations to make the better decisions, the real estate's got you covered. Once again, YCC cruising quite well at the expense of turnovers. 104 runs at a loss of just 1 wicket, and it's quite exciting to expect that what sort of capacity and arsenal the team has got in the dugout. It's quite exciting to think of that action that we might be now ready for towards this later part of the innings, because just 1 wicket lost so far, and the team would definitely have quite a bit of arsenal of good batsmanship, who would then want to come in the middle and show some fireworks. Decent bit of score so far already. 110, that was a boundary, signalled as leg byes. It's just travelling, but we'll just bounce before the fielder. Would be just 1 runs. But nonetheless, that would feel good for Sundays, because that was out of the middle of his bat. Apologies there. For that lag in that video and the live stream. Sometimes with a remote bit of setup, we learn to adapt to the course of this live stream. Some of the lessons, some of the technical aspects are never written in the books and is required by the diligence of a human intellect to navigate through the circumstances. Nonetheless, welcome back after that short bit of a lagging to this live stream brought to you by Avaani Media, powered by Avaani Real Estate, your trusted real estate partner. Anything related to property, do not hesitate to inquire or send your inquiry at Avaani Real Estate. You can find the details in the website. You can send your inquiry through emails or a phone number. YCC. 120 runs of 12 overs. Raman's done well so far. Just conceding 5 runs of his first over, but starting with a wide on this one. That'll be 50 for Sundays. Applause by his team from the dugout. And a very well controlled inning. Just difference of 18 balls, but crucial 50 runs. Signaled, and I think rightfully so, there by the umpire, because he was pitching towards the leg side. That's what it looked like here from the commentary box, and he was very quick to signal that and diffuse the appeal. The bowler was devastated because it would have been hitting the stumps, probably going over it, but nonetheless, it was pitched outside the leg. This would be wide once again. I'm just bringing you back to that Avaani Real Estate replay. Yeah, considering the angle, that was definitely pitching on the... It would have been pitching outside the leg. And quick signal there by the umpire as well. This was close. This is analyzing about the previous ball. We are on to the next challenge. Let's have a look. This was a bit fuller. So, still signaled as pitched on the leg side. This was a bit fuller. This time it's gone so high in the sky, the fielder will have to do well. And he did. That's an absolutely mind-blowing catch. I apologize for not being able to capture what has happened in the action, but I'll try my best to narrate what has happened. That ball travels so high in the sky So difficult to judge those balls in this dark sky, but the fielder held his composure and just positioned himself excellently below the ball and did no mistake. That wicket belongs to that number 11 fielder just as much as it belongs to Raman. Some of the things that I personally challenge in terms of the norms of cricket, and it's always challenging to judge, but that's equal credit that needs to go in some form in the scorecard in the modern day game when the fielder do a lot to change the course of the game. A great bit of athleticism that has been required of fielding these days in the modern days of cricket, but sometimes in an instance like this, the fielder is just given a credit of catching, but this was an excellent catch. This is not a normal catch. There should be some sort of a specification allowed in the scorecard to explain what it required to make sure that that catch was taken safely. But nonetheless, my word and my personal interpretations ceases here. We will continue with the game. A fantastic bit of game going on between YCC, Youngsters Cricket Club, and Campbelltown HAWKS. Excellent bit of fielding that we just saw earlier, but overall very good team in terms of the athleticism and the team dynamic both of these teams bring into the game. Appeal once again signaled as leg side by the umpire. Would have been pitching on the right sections if it was a right-handed batsman. It looked like it was going to weight the wicket, but nonetheless, being a left-handed, the line that's outside of your leg becomes just quite narrow for the somebody who is bowling from over the wicket. Anyways, 2 quick wickets here for Campbelltown HAWKS. Crucial wicket of Ravi, where number 11 player that's walking now towards the corner of the screen made an excellent catch earlier. Bounce is going up in the sky as well, but it will land in the middle. I can hear the keeper saying, "Umpire, be ready." He's signaling that to the leg umpire. He wants to make sure that no chances are left behind. Straight to the fielder. Fair bit of righty lefty, bit of conversation going on there in the middle. It was a bit of a challenge the combination brings. Oh, this is traveling straight. The fielder did well. But couldn't stop the ball. Dived pretty good. But that ball was traveling at a bit of a speed. Hit straight off the top of the bowler's head. Bit short that delivery. And batsman very quick to capitalize. That was hit hard, but will just be 1 runs. Noise there. And that's a wicket. Took the bottom edge. The reaction of the non-striker was as if the umpire had made a mistake giving that out, but the batsman was already walking. Once again, Ibrar, the breakthrough guy, collecting 3 crucial wickets for his team.